What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hey, we back for another. We back for another one. In this 100-degree weather. I know. I know it's. I know it's out here. It's getting everybody. Everybody out here burning up. It's hot out here. I'll be listening to people. They'd be like, man, this can't be the heat our ancestors was picking cotton in. Because this is, I don't think I'll be able to do it, man. It's hot out there, man. But like I say, I'm always cold now. And so a lot of times when I step outside, the heat be feeling good to me. Uh, but man, some days I be like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and go back in the house. I'd rather be cold than stand out here in this heat, man. And the crazy part is, this is just the beginning, man. It ain't even started. It really started shit. But hey, now we lived here. I lived here all my life. We should be used to the heat now. You know, being here for 37 years. You know, but it's some days you just can't get used to, man. It start getting up above over, 100, 102. Yeah, that's too much. It's too much. But I'm just rambling. But uh, this is Let's Talk About It with Los. I'm Los, man. I'm glad y'all back for another one. I appreciate y'all liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. It is much appreciated. Um, Thank y'all for constantly showing love to my show, man. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. Um, but man, I was just sitting here. Oh man, I was thinking about this video that I saw. I should have got it so I could play it, but I'm sure everybody done seen that pastor done beat up that dude. And man, you saw that? Oh, yeah. It was. I think he was in Louisiana or something like that. Where his pastor beat up this dude. He was threatening his family. He was threatening his wife and kids, saying he gonna kill his wife and kill his kids, rape them, and all kind of stuff, man. He was doing all kind of stuff, um, making threats and stuff like that. So the pastor went over there. Hey, put hands on him. Hey, the pastor was over there and put hands on that man. But hey, sometimes you get pushed to that point. You gotta think that man is here to protect his family, and you got somebody threatening your family. What else are you supposed to do? Um, Besides protect your family. Especially with threats, the type of threats that he was making. Um, like a lot of people will say, especially even me, even myself. I'm like, you can threaten me all day long. I can make the choice of whether I want to engage or not. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us have different tolerance levels on things that we can accept that come up against us, right? And uh, you think about it, it's like, oh, all day long you can talk about me, I could take it. But as soon as you start speaking against my family or anything like that, it's like, uh, now you jumping in on uh, not just one of my duties as a man is to protect, but you jumping in on the people that I love and care about, So uh, the tolerance that I have with you coming up against me is going to be a little bit shorter than when you start coming up against my family. And then also too, a lot of times you coming up against a person's wife or a person's kids. They can't really they really don't can't defend themselves. They your wife is not as strong as you are, and then your kids, they kids, so they really not out here designed to defend themselves, against threats, those type of threats. But a lot of people, um, will probably say that he was right or he was wrong or whatever it is. Then after he went to jail, then after he got out, uh, I don't think it was after he got out. One, I don't know if it was before he went to jail or after he got out of jail, but whenever it happened, he got up in the pulpit to preach, and then he started talking about how he laid hands on them, and start talking noise about it and stuff like that, which I say he was good up until that. I'm like the pulpit is for the preaching of the word, not to uh you know gloat and defend yourself and all that. It's about Jesus Christ. So I wouldn't have got up in the pulpit and done all that. I don't know. I've never been in that situation. As I sit right now, I wouldn't have did it. But if I ever got faced with that situation, I ain't no telling what I would do. I probably do the same thing. Get up and stand up and say the same exact thing. I don't know, but it doesn't make, just because I would do the same thing, probably do the same thing, don't make it the right thing to do. Um, him defending his family and having to put hands on old dude, I agree. I agree with. But what came after that is, if we standing on, if we standing on the Bible, uh, but a lot of people, really why I was thinking about that, because a lot of people, um, live life like that, right? That they try to hold on to that old nature, that old self, um, and Jesus Christ calls us to change from that. So they try to hold on to that old man, that old nature, uh, and they try to uh, use the Bible as an excuse to do the things that they do. Right? So they try to, you know, talk about how Peter, cutting people ear off and ready to, fight and all that, off jump. So they like, so they use that as an excuse for their actions, or You know, they talk about David um, or Solomon and how they had a bunch of wives and David with Bathsheba, and how he did that, and then how the word says that David was after God's own heart. So they use those things um, to justify the things that they do, the things that they don't want to give up. You know, even they always people are always going to make excuses for the things that they love and the things that they want to do. Even they do it to go against the church, even with the scripture that they always say wrong. The love of money is the root of all evil. But it says the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Meaning, if you put money above everything, you love it. You love money. Do whatever it takes to get it. So whatever evil it takes to get it, that's what you're gonna do if you love it. So they use that scripture saying, if the love of money is the root of all evil, then why is money such a big part in the church, and things like that. Like I said, they just make excuses because they don't want to change. They don't want to get rid of the things that they love, that they desire. But we all do it. We all do it. We all have things in our lives that we should stop doing or that we should get rid of, but we love it so much that we find reasons, we find excuses to keep doing it. Um, I know I've done it a bunch of times. I've done it for a long time to not giving up or stop doing what I want to do. Making excuses. Even you find excuses like, oh, I can't do this because of this. But a lot of times we just don't want to push through. We want to sit and stay where we're comfortable. Even when I think about dealing with being depressed and stuff like that, it's comfortability in that, because that's what I know. That's what I'm used to. So I'm more comfortable sitting in that situation, sitting in depression, and the things that come with it. The things that, like, being by myself or overeating or eating stuff that I shouldn't eat, or those type of things, those things that come with being depressed. I'm more comfortable still dealing with that than I am leaving that alone and coming out. So when I do come out of this new space, excuse me, and I go into this new space, any situation or anything that comes up against me in this new space, I can use that as an excuse to go back to what I'm comfortable with. I could use that like, something come up against me. I could say, see, I knew I shouldn't have done that. I know I should. I knew this wasn't for me, or I let I let fear and all these things, keep me from staying where I've been called out of, right? But like I said, we all do those things. We all try to stay where we're all comfortable, and you can't. A lot of times you can't do that. You gonna have sometimes you're gonna have to step out and do the uncomfortable things because that's how you grow. That's how you get better. You can't say that you want to be a better person or that you want to grow, but you don't want to stop uh, doing the things that's holding you back. You don't want to come out of uh, come out of what you're used to. Sometimes it's gonna hurt. Sometimes you're gonna have to do it scared. Sometimes uh, it's not gonna look right though. It's not gonna sound right. But if you wanna come out of what you've been used to, you're gonna have to take those chances. You're gonna have to take that risk of of the unknown. You're gonna have to learn that failure doesn't mean you have to stop. Right? You're gonna fail in certain things. You're gonna stop certain things. Certain things are not gonna be for you, but that's not. You can't use it as an excuse to go back to that old nature, to go back to that old person. Like I said, I always try to use, especially when I'm preaching and stuff like that. I always try to use myself as an example of, use my life experiences as an example of, like even, like I always say, even with coming in here and recording this, it gets uh, difficult sometimes for me because it's like I want to talk myself out of doing this. Even when I woke up today, even when I woke up today, I was telling myself like, what excuse can I use to not come today? To not what excuse could I use to not be here today? And you start making up sicknesses. I was when I woke up today, I was a little lightheaded. I was a little lightheaded. I was like, "Oh, there you go, right there." Now, that means I don't. That means I don't need to come in to come and do this recording today. I don't got nothing to talk about today, no way. So let me text him and say I ain't coming, because I'm not feeling good. But I was like, nah, I can't do that. Um, no, even knowing the reason why I was lightheaded because my back had been bothering me, and I took a muscle relaxer last night. So that always makes me lightheaded or whatever. It makes me I'll be drowsy, I'll be out of it, man. When I do that, I try not to take them. I just deal with the pain, but um, I try to use excuses to not do, to not further myself, and all the time you may not know why you are called to do the things that you are called to do. but I know that this is to help me further what is for me, what God has for me. Even though I try to talk myself out of it, even when I think about preaching His word, even then I still try to talk myself out of doing that. Excuse me, because I let fear and doubt and all of these other negative things weigh me down. You know, uh, and sometimes it's gonna come up. Fear is gonna come up. Doubt is gonna come up. But you have to have uh, the mental fortitude to push through it. Why everything is in your mind is telling you that it's negative, that that you know even the things that you've heard throughout your life that people have told you, that people have spoke against you, comes up. Things like you lazy, or you'll never amount to anything, or you're not smart enough. You're stupid, you're dumb. All these things that get used against you to stop you from moving forward. But you have to tell yourself that these things are not me, and keep pushing forward. And as you push forward and ignore those things, a lot of times that stuff gets quiet. Those noises in your head, the voices in your head, the negativity in your head will quiet, or will get quiet if you push through. Just keep pushing through. Um, if you get anything out of what I said today, that's something I really want you to stick with, is push through. You know, these negative things, these negative thoughts, negative people, uh, they're all being used to stop you from being your greater self. So push through it. Sometimes it's tough. It's tough to do. It's tough to get. It's many times that I've failed. I've listened to those voices, listened to the negativity that was in my head about myself. I've done it. I've listened to it. I say, you know what? I would get up. I would tell myself, you know what? I'm not gonna listen to these voices. Uh, I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do. Then I get up to go do it, and the voices get louder, and I get more fearful, and I doubt more, and I just go back. I go sit down. It's plenty of times that I've listened to those voices and not done what I said I was going to do. But there's been plenty of times where I said, no, I'm not going to listen to this negativity that's in my head, and I'm going to push through. No matter how fearful I am, if I got to do it while I'm shaking and sweating, I'm not going to listen to these voices, because I know that's not me, and I want to be better, and I want to do better. So push through, man. Push through. It's tough. Life is tough. It's a lot of things going on, but push through. You can't give up, man. You can't give up. Push through, man. And stop making excuses to not do what you said you want to do. You know, nobody's gonna fault you for failing. Hey, we all fail, but you have to get up and push again. You know, because one day you're gonna push through. You know, if you keep trying. You know, if you just give up, you'll never grasp the stuff that you want. You know, you'll never grasp that better person. You'll never grasp those better things. So push through, man. Push through. Push through, man. So, but that's pretty much what I wanted to get across to you today is push through. Keep going. Don't give up. Those voices, that negativity is not real. It's not real. But I appreciate y'all sitting there and listening to me. Hopefully you got something out of something I said. But this has been another one. This is Let's Talk About It with Los. I'm Los, and I'm out this thing, man.